Ooh, we got some shiny new toys. Stepping it up a notch, ladies and gentlemen, humans, so you can hear me better, much better. Ooh, we are also cooking. 4 week down, 3 to go. I think we're going to change it up a little bit too for the coming weeks as well, based off how things went just the other week. But first thing I wanted to sort of quickly chat about was the lifting anxiety from the previous vlog. Just go and step back, have a little looky-loo, listen to it. It's very good, very real. That sort of sense of stress and anxiety going into sessions where you start getting a little bit consumed and overthinking the weights and your success on what's going to happen, whether you do it or not. It was definitely playing on my mind 2 weeks ago. Going to this session, didn't even pop in here. I was in front of the problem. That was the important part. Coming into the session, I knew it was very much a potential that I would start overthinking it again. And it might sound a simple thing to do. However, because I knew it was going to happen, I looked back last week and thought about all the things that triggered me to start stressing and thinking about the numbers. And that was a few key players. One was sleep, not enough or poor quality on sleep. Now, in a crazy busy world, the concept of getting more sleep is definitely a hard one to do because you just sometimes just don't have the fucking minutes to get. But every minute counts. So we went to bed a little bit earlier. I think we squeezed an extra 10 or 15 minutes out per night, thereabouts. And then on the day, I was very lucky that it worked out. I didn't have a last client, so I took advantage of that time and got a nap in before training. Now, it's funny how the brain works because I knew that I'd done something about the thing that stressed me out last week, even though it was very small, few extra minutes sleep per night, and then just getting a small nap before. Wasn't worried about being tired. If I was to be honest, I was still tired though. I was fucking flogged from the week before. The other one was food and water. Very simple. If I reflect on the last one coming into it, nutrition was a little bit bad. I was stressed and worried about that, being super busy at work. Anyone who works in appointment-based business or just generally gets fucking busy just runs out of time to eat enough food to sustain their training sessions. So we just clock watched and had an alarm and made sure I ate an extra meal or two going into it. Again, it's funny how that works. Going into the session, I wasn't worried about not eating enough food, and we smashed a shitload of extra water to stay hydrated, which was good. So I went into that session just not even stressing. It was beautiful. The only thing I needed to worry about was I was uncertain around what to lift. I knew 290 was going to be the number, and then what to do once we got that, whether it be more or the same or less. And I was cool and thought with that process, I knew that'd be sweet, we'd land right. The only thing we've now changed though, based on how that week went, looking at the timeline a little bit further, I'm going to cut a heavy week off. So we're going to deload next week, which would be nice. Deload, I still want to move something, so I'm not going to just drop back to fuck all. But the final week will be in 2 weeks' time. I think we're definitely on track to pull something very cool in that session. Now, last little thing we like to bang on a lot a bit is what goes up must come down. Really fucking heavy this week. I need to make some adjustments. I needed to up the recovery work. Absolutely. Meant some foam rolling, some stretching, lots of movement to feel good. That's the easy to do's, easy not to do. That's something we all fucking forget. You can't just bash this Ferrari and drive it fast and hard the whole time without doing something to maintain and look after it. So we did, and we feel good. We did a few changes for the training. Check out the video. Ooh, here we go. Training week that is, ladies and gentlemen. We got ourselves an overhead press on the Smith machine. We got a little progress here, ladies and gentlemen, humans. We're calling it 2 10s and a 5. I weigh something, who knows what that equals. However, super happy. That's 10 kilos more than last week. Shoulders are feeling strong here. Getting a nice little pump on. Feeling old school, like I've said, doing this exercise. What we did, because the weight is coming up here and we are only getting a few reps, we hit this nice little back down set here by taking the 5s off. So you've got 2 10s on here. I find this a nice way to train. Do a couple of heavies. You still want to try and keep a little bit of hypertrophy in there, win that trophy of gains. So that's what we hit some reps here, which is great. Jumping onto the bench, can say, being that the shoulders were pushed hard first up, poor old Benchy suffered, or he suffers, just generally speaking, because I suck at bench. But bar's moving fast in the video, didn't feel fast in the experience. 100 for some fives, Coach Kendra looking on, definitely not impressed with what we're doing. However, like we've said, she's got a little snack and a little high five. Thanks, Coach Kendra. Not too fussed on bench press, just happy to be doing it, using it like just a training tool to build a bit of hypertrophy and get stronger through the shoulders. Backing down to the spottos, a little bit better than last week. We've got a few more reps at this one. 80 kilos, you know, I guess technically it is 50% of what I've done before, but I do like this spotto press, like I said. I get a mad little chest pump out of it. My shoulder feels a lot better because we're not pushing that bigger range of movement, and I do feel a lot more stable in this position. So I think post-comp, if I'm trying to push a bench press up, I will definitely use a lot of spottos. Now, here we go. Warming up, quick little chitty chat on the warm-up. How you warm up is how you will lift the heavy ones. So for me, when I'm hitting even just a red, I'm literally thinking about all the things I need to think about going into the big lift. I like to slow them down a little bit, mess around with the tempo, the pace, so I can check out how my body's feeling, see the positions that I'm in, make sure I'm happy with them. And I'll do this for a red, 2 reds, even sometimes up into 3 reds, working around with pauses and speeds, like I said. And I'm literally doing a bit of a self-assessment on the body, what feels good, what doesn't feel good. If someone's a bit tight and stiff, I could go and address that with some foam rolling or a secondary movement if something wasn't active, so to speak. The glutes feeling a bit poor, the knees feeling a bit poor, go and address that. Now, last warm-up, let's have a little looky-loo. 260 kilos. Let's go. Bit slow off the floor. Like we were talking about, I had to make a bit of a decision around what to lift next week. I was going to let the barbell decide on what that would be for today's session. How the 260 moved, it definitely meant this was the right number. This is 290 I've got on there. I knew coming off that 260, 290 would be there. I also knew it was going to feel kind of heavy. Right now my mindset is to push this as hard as I can because I still have hope of being able to go up another 5 to hit 295. But I do know, being an adult, I need to earn that 5 more kilos so I can get after it. I mean, messing around with ammonias, didn't quite like the other one, so I got the Harris one, the one that I always use. Don't like that change, do we? But that's all right. Getting set up, starting to think about being aggressive. A couple of big screens, lots of chalk. I have had challenges in the past with the bar feeling like it's slipping out of my thumbs. I've never dropped it, so I do take a little bit more time making sure I've got enough chalk and that grip is locked in. All right, well, let's fucking go, Johnny.
Let's go, Johnny. Yeah. Yeah. Come on. Up. Let's go, easy, buddy.
Happy with that position there. Bar speed, as you can see, it's not flying up. So the adult decision was not to go up. Now, coming into this session, I did have a goal to have a bit of an experience with a harder rep though. I did know that another 5 kilos potentially could be too much to break the floor with today. I'm confident with 290 coming up. So my mindset going into this is, if I can move that second one well, oops, sorry chalk ball, I wanted to chase the double. So I'd get a little bit more animated, kick a chalk ball out of the way, give myself a little face slap, a little nod of knowing I'm going to do it. Right now I'm thinking I've got it, go again. Very happy. Small breakdown and losing the upper back on that one. However, I did get that experience I was looking for, and that is moving a slow deadlift, so I could give myself some confidence going into comp or any other, or next in the 2-week session. If it starts getting heavy off the floor, I know that I've got it. Right now we've got Coach Kendra and thanks Mum cleaning up Dad's bloody mess of throwing stuff everywhere, or Nanny, so I should say. Right now, I want to keep the back down stuff happening. I have been doing that double fours. If I'm being honest, that 290 double busted me up. I am tired. So game plan here is to just hit some singles. Hitting the singles, I want to still be technical. 4 reds definitely felt a lot heavier than 4 reds. Oh, Coach Kendra wants some chalk. But that's all right. But right now I'm still trying to keep myself mentally focused on moving the weight and doing it properly and not just dragging myself through this. I want to continue building good technique. I did feel that my feet potentially are a little too close on some of those deadlifts. So on my top ones, so I have moved them out a fraction wider just to make sure I'm happy with that. And I think going into the big ones, I will put them back here. I think I've naturally moved in a little bit closer just due to my knee being beat up every week and trying to avoid my knee being sore. As you can see, that certainly does not look like an easy 220, but I am toasted. So we get another one, and we do another one. Let's go. Thinking about the little things that are important to me. Pushing out through the legs, pushing the hips to the bar, pushing into the ground with a nice, strong, stable upper back. Moving it technically. Yep, Kendra needs some more chalk there. Got to do some more cleaning up. As you can see, this cleanup went on for a while. Vacuum's out now there at the back. Thanks, Nanny. Another one. Let's go. We got that one. It was good. Back down's conventional. Coach Kendra throwing some deadies in as well. She wanted to work in with us. She's just hitting some reps. She's prepping for the night of the Deadlift 4 coming up December 9. Yeah, marking a nice new PB. Right now, a little bit more of a hypertrophy block for her, working on some reps so she can build some more muscles. That's her plan. I think she's thinking of coming off the Worlds trip and hitting a small peak into the event. For this now, like I said, I'm now very bloody cooked from all the deadlifting. I've ditched the band. Band's gone. We're just going to do some conventionals. Just keep building a little bit of strength. Still keep getting a little bit of movement. We are still 4 weeks out at this point, so I can still get a little stronger and break down some muscle fibers and build some more muscles. So just because you're tired doesn't mean you cut everything out of the session. You just be an adult and perhaps reduce some of the effort so you can still get through the programmed session. Yeah, Coach Kendra has nailed that one. Good job, little one. She's happy with that. She's thinking, more, Dad, let's go. And here we go. We've got ourselves another set. Right now, I am, if I'm to be honest, over deadlifting. As you can see, I'm just ripping through it now to get this thing done. Like I said, for this session, I did not cut anything out. I just reduced a little bit of load or challenged with the back off stuff, but I still got through everything I had been doing for the rest of the training. Now, oof, damn, what a cool tattoo. Now, what are we doing here? We're doing some core work. Jay Lee with the exceptional camera skills here. However, why we got a video of me doing some core work in the kitchen? It is to talk about how even when you're busy, you can find a way to get some stuff done. I was cooking dinner tonight for the family, and whilst cooking tea, we were hitting a little bit of an upper body, lower body pump session with some core, just picking up all the accessories that I need for the week, some banded stuff, some dumbbell stuff, and finishing with a little bit of core. This falls in that, my favorite word, easy to do, easy not to do. I easily could have sat on the couch and done nothing, or I could have done some training whilst I was cooking dinner. This got me an extra 30-minute session, and as we know, you do enough of these 30-minute sessions every week, every other week, they start adding up. Everyone should be doing them. Done. Minute and a half plank, something like that. We're happy. Boom. Now, what to do when you're absolutely rogered for a big heavy session. Now, I'm in a lucky position because I'm only doing deadlift. So I came into this session absolutely beat up. And to be honest, upper back obliterated, absolutely fucking cooked. Very stiff, very sore, even though I've been doing a lot of things to try and move and feel better. So I knew going into this session, potentially I might be reconsidering my goal of always squatting 3 reds, and it didn't take much considering. I fucked it right off. No squatties with a barbell for me today. Very fortunate position to be in because I am only doing deadlift only. I can make an adult decision around the bigger picture and considering how important me barbell squatting would be for the overall plan. Did I need to do it? Essentially, this is one of those ones I could get away with not do it. Why didn't I want to do it? Upper back toast. I've lost all mobility in my upper back. It's still stiff and tight. I did not want to force myself under a barbell because I do know that will beat my shoulder up. Beating my shoulder up is not good for stabilizing it, trying to pull a big deadlift. End of story. So we didn't squat. Super easy. However, it doesn't mean the session needs to be a holiday. I still got to move. I still got to train. So we just used a belt squat. I fucking love this machine. Essentially for the session itself, I just got rid of the barbell work. I replaced it at the start of the session with a lot more movement and rehabby kind of stuff. So the time of the session was still the same. It was just a different choice of exercises to start it. We swapped out the barbells. And then because I haven't got the barbell squats where I absolutely get a lot of effort and stimulus out of it, we just pushed the accessories a little bit harder. So we just worked up with the belt squat, pushed through some reps. Super happy I just put a weight on and I could do 15. I could do tempo 10 reps out. I think we did 10. And then we got through that. We moved into some leg press and we just mucked around, putting some weight on, doing some more reps each set, keeping the rest period down a little bit, not too worried about that, got a nice little pump. And then we dropped the bands, did some single leg work on that and got through that bit as well. And then after that, my legs are feeling pretty toasty, so we just jumped in and threw down a few more machines like the hamstrings and quads. But however, this is a really good lesson. When you go into your sessions and you're absolutely cooked and beat up, you should make a self-assessment decision around, do you need to do that session, or is there things you can adjust and change? If I'd done the barbell and done the squats, because I am so buggered and fatigued coming into the deload, I'd be starting to think about how hard I needed to push that session after the barbell squats. I probably would have dropped it back a little bit, to be honest. However, didn't need to because I didn't need to do the squats.